Have you ever noticed how expensive life feels? Even when, on paper, you're doing okay. Not struggling. Not wealthy either. Just constantly feeling like money arrives and quietly disappears. For many people in the US and Europe, this has become the definition of normal. Let's talk about how credit cards and EMIs slowly teach our brains what normal living is supposed to look like, and why that lesson is far more powerful than most people realize. Imagine a fairly typical situation. You're in your mid to late 20s or early 30s. You have a degree or a skilled job. You earn, let's say, $4,500 a month before tax in the US, or about 3,500 euros to 4,000 euros in Europe. After taxes and deductions, maybe you take home around $3,200. On paper, that's not bad. It sounds like stability. Now let's quietly subtract real life. Rent or a mortgage, $1,200 to $1,600. Utilities, phone, internet, $250. Groceries and basics, $400. Before anything extra, you're already around $2,200 gone. Then comes what modern life considers normal. A car payment or lease, maybe $350 a month. Insurance, fuel, maintenance, another $200. Now we're around $2,750. Then there's the credit card. Not reckless spending, just normal things. Flights split into payments. A laptop you needed for work. Eating out because everyone else does. A subscription here, another one there. Minimum payment, $150. Student loan, $250. Suddenly, you're at $3,150. Your $3,200 paycheck is almost fully assigned before the month even starts. And yet, this still feels normal. Because for almost everyone around you, it is. That's the key issue. Not irresponsibility. Not stupidity. Normalization. Here's the hidden mistake most people never consciously make. They confuse affordability with sustainability. Credit cards and EMIs don't just help you buy things. They quietly change how your brain defines what your income means. When a $1,200 phone becomes $50 a month, it no longer feels like a $1,200 decision. It feels like a subscription. When a $35,000 car becomes $420 a month, it no longer feels like a $35,000 liability. It feels reasonable. Your brain stops seeing total cost. It only sees monthly comfort. And monthly comfort feels manageable until you stack enough of it. Let's do extremely basic math. Suppose you carry an average of $6,000 on credit cards at around 18% interest. If you only make near minimum payments, you might pay over $11,000 total before it's gone. That's almost double for buying things you no longer even remember clearly. A car loan at $400 a month for 6 years? That's nearly $29,000. Not counting insurance, fuel, repairs, or the opportunity cost of that money. But because it never arrived as one painful expense, your brain accepted it as normal living. This is not accidental. The system is designed around monthly payments because humans are psychologically better at coping with small recurring losses than one large visible one. There's also a social layer. In modern middle-class culture, especially in Western countries, stability is often judged by appearance. A decent car, a modern phone, nice holidays, even if they're financed, living in the right area. Credit allows people to match the visual lifestyle of their income peers, even when their actual financial foundation is thin. So the brain learns a dangerous lesson. If everyone around me is doing this, this must be what responsible adulthood looks like. And over time, the absence of savings doesn't feel alarming. It feels normal. The long-term cost of this isn't dramatic bankruptcy for most people. It's something quieter. You stay employed not because you love the work, but because stopping feels risky. Job flexibility disappears. Stress tolerance lowers. Financial decisions become short-term by necessity. Opportunities that require patience or upfront investment feel inaccessible. And slowly, decades pass where income flows through your hands, but never stays long enough to compound. Not because you failed, because you never questioned the definition of normal. Here's where financially intelligent people differ, and this is important. They don't have secret tricks. They don't deprive themselves dramatically. They don't chase extreme frugality. They simply refuse to let monthly payments decide what their life looks like. They think in total cost, not installments. They see debt as a trade-off, not a default setting. They mentally separate what I can pay monthly from what this actually costs my future. And most importantly, they are okay looking slightly out of sync with the crowd. A slightly older phone, a less impressive car, a quieter lifestyle during their early earning years. Not because they're disciplined heroes, but because they understand what normal really costs. Credit cards and EMIs aren't evil. They're tools, but tools that train your perception. They teach your brain what feels acceptable, what feels safe, what feels deserved. And once normal is defined too expensively, it's surprisingly hard to undo. Awareness doesn't require guilt, just clarity. If this made you think a little differently about how normal got defined in your life, you might want to stay around. You can subscribe if you want to explore money with a calmer, more realistic lens. That's all.